If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, Johnny, I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that Paul Harvey did not know it, but he was a prophet way back then. He didn't even know it. He did not even know it, just how true and spot on that he would be at this day at 4:30 Mountain Time, that he would be spot on with the prophecy and him dead in the grave, and it lives. That prophecy lives today and flourishes because of wicked, evil governments and people that don't give a rat's rear end about values and morals and goodness. I don't like being the one to bring this to y'all, but somebody's got to do it. I'm not here to depress you. I'm not here to have you think that there's not a tomorrow. But I am here to give you the truth. And I am here to tell you that this situation we're in is digressing quickly. Now, some of you may have not heard of this bill, but there's another video I want you to listen to if you'll bear with me here today. Okie dokie, I want to talk to you about the Internet Spy Bill. Big brother again. Internet Spy Bill. CISPA, C-I-S-P-A, Internet Spy Bill. Now, this is a person called the Brother Nathaniel. Okay? This one's 3 minutes and 25 seconds long. Now, before this one is played, let me explain something to you, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Okay? I don't care Whether they're black, white, I don't care. Whether they're Jews or Afghanis, I don't care. Whether they're Chinese or American, I don't care. Whether they're Pakistani or Persian, I don't care. If they are destructive and evil, then guess what? I'll call them out. And I'm going to say something to you before I go any further. Jews and Catholics and Jesuits are running this country in the government and behind the scenes, and they are not of the creator of this universe that said he wanted to give us life and life abundantly. They are of their father, Satan. So let it be known, you can call me an anti-Semite, you can call me whatever you want to call me. All I'm doing is putting the flipping truth out. And if the truth hurts, then you might want to get you a bandage for the wound. Listen to this.
Big Brother is at it again, my friends. We fought Big Brother on SOPA, and we won. But now an even scarier bill has just been passed by the House, the Cyber Intelligence Sharing Protection Act, known as CISPA, which will override every single privacy law ever enacted. Now, this bill allows for Internet providers such as Comcast, owned by Zionist Jew Brian Roberts, Verizon, whose chairman is Ivan Seidenberg, and countless public entities to share with federal agencies our emails, personal information, and private communications. And not only this under CISPA, but any email or social network postings that pose the threat of harm to any individual or group will also be shared with federal agencies, and that's scary. For powerful watchdog lobbies such as the Jewish Anti-Defamation League, known as the ADL, led by Abraham Foxman, will be further empowered to demand information on anyone that they deem a threat. In other words, you can criticize a goy or any country that you want, but you better not criticize a Jew or the Antichrist, State of Israel. The shame about it all is that our congressmen claim that CISPA will protect us from cyber threats. But cyber attacks, the experts tell us, are rare. And quite frankly, this bill will do absolutely nothing to stop professional hackers who know how to take down a website. And while those sites are going down, Internet providers will be too busy filling orders for the ADL to spy on us little guys, all in the name of preventing a cyber attack. Now, a big reason why SOPA did not pass a few months ago was because it would have destroyed mega businesses like Google, Amazon, and Facebook, who would have been liable for all user interaction content on their websites. CISPA, on the other hand, won't harm the mega businesses because they don't require their customers to be anonymous. In fact, they prefer their users not to be anonymous so as to learn more about their buying and spending habits. Facebook, Amazon, and Google would then benefit from CISPA, and that's probably why they're not opposing the bill. While SOPA harmed both the people and corporations, CISPA only harms the people. And while it's important to get rid of CISPA, we must realize that as CISPA goes, another will pop up. Jewish Senators Joseph Lieberman and Dianne Feinstein both have cybersecurity acts waiting in the wings, and they're just itching to take away our last bastion of free speech, the Internet. What we need is something to guarantee and protect our fundamental rights on the Internet. We need a bill of Internet rights. Let's all think about what that bill would be. We're not powerless. We've got the numbers. We can make a difference.
All right. Now, hey, good to see Wake Up Time. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm fixing to say, okay? You see, the thing that we got to come to terms, and we got to realize who the enemy really is. And I'm here to tell you today that we got a lot to choose from. You got the stupid sheeple that have not a clue, that watch CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox News, and they believe those people that watch the different things, they believe that they have the truth over there. Well, see, the truth is not put on any of those places. It is not. It's ran and owned, oh yeah, by Jews. And here's the thing, though. What you have is you have the modern day churches, just like Paul Harvey said in 64. If you missed it, you need to listen to it. They have put a pact to the modern day church that don't even have a clue who the Creator is, most of them. They put a pact between the Jews and the modern church and the mainstream media and the government and the Bilderberg and the Club of Rome and the CFR, and the list goes on and on and on. But the fact of the business is this: that the powers that really are pulling the strings, you never ever hardly see them. I mean, you see puppet masters like Bernanke. I mean, you see Kenyan tent makers like Obama. You see Jews like Joe Lieberman and Dianne Feinstein and Chucky Schumer and all of those that are they're totally against anybody speaking out against them. Although if you pin them down, they hate Yeshua Mashiach, the Messiah. They hate him. They can't stand him. Okay? And so here's the thing. What we must understand is that these people are behind and all for the very destruction of you and I. Oh yeah, every one of you sitting here listening to this right now, them people want your destruction. Or they want you enslaved. Yeah, absolutely. You see, they don't want you to be a free person. They do not want you to be able to go and have freedom and do what you want to do. You see, what they want you is listening and obeying them. You see, what they are doing right now, and what they have been doing for a long time, is guess what? They've been re-educating folks. You understand what I'm saying? And some would say, no. Well, how did we get from where we were 200 years ago to where we got today unless there was a re-education taking place? How did we get there? Well, because here's the thing. They would teach people that the ones that are in the three-piece suits, the ones that have the big microphone, the ones that are being elevated, they're the ones you need to listen to. You don't need to listen to a man on the street that comes up to you and tells you anything. You don't need to listen to Johnny or C.S. Rivers or Wake Up or Mark or Bob or any of these other people. But you need to listen to the hierarchy because they know better than you, because they've been to law school. Because they wouldn't be making the money they're making if they're not smarter than you. You understand? You see, they must understand that they have to keep re-educating. And guess what? They have found, and when I make this statement, I don't speak about everybody because I know you ladies and gentlemen are awake. But they have found, mark my words, they have found the generation that they have been waiting for. And that generation has been, is being re-educated into, let me get to my main point, into believing that you and I are the problem. That you and I are the problems. That you and I need to be dealt with because this progressive society has got to move on. It's got to go. It's got to move on. It has to be.